Welcome back to OpenLine. I have great guests with me tonight. Andrea Arnold from the Convention and Visitors Corp, and also Dan Pietrowski, General Manager of the Omni Nashville Hotel, also co-chair of the Hospitality Industry Workforce Advisory Council. That's a mouthful, but very important to what we do here in Nashville and drawing people in. Also, lots of jobs out there. If you are looking for a job, we have a job fair to tell you about. We're going to dive back into that in just a little bit. But I want to talk about all the great events in Nashville. There's just seems to always be something big and different to do here. We're going to show you some of those events coming up. It is Easter weekend, and there must be 100 different things to do, so your family can find something.
Absolutely. With it being Easter, there are Easter egg hunts everywhere. Some of our great attractions, of course, are play into that. You have the Egg Extravaganza at the zoo. Cheekwood has a fabulous one. You know, the Hermitage Frist. I think when you talk about hospitality, you got to think about all the different attractions that are out there. And we have so many wonderful cultural offerings, from the Frist to Hermitage to everywhere, but they all pretty much have some kind of Easter event. We've been at the restaurants, great brunches, lots of opportunities to enjoy our offerings.
I know out of my neck of the woods, I think my family's going to go to the Charlie Daniels Park, to the big Easter egg drop there and Easter egg hunt, so it's going to be fun. I know there's going to be a zoo out there of people, so it'll be a lot of fun. But wherever you live around the area, there is something near you. You just got to kind of get online and look for it, or talk to your neighbors, for heaven's sakes. They know about stuff too. All right, so beyond Easter, April is coming right up, and this is great weather time. Great time to get out and enjoy the city. What's going on in April? Oh,
there's so much going on. We call it actually Awesome April as we package it and market it. Two of the bigger events in April, of course, are Tin Pan South, which is...
Tell me about that.
Tin Pan South is a multi-day festival that honors our songwriters. So, and small venues all throughout the city, you're going to hear from some of the best songwriters out there. And it's really, you really should take advantage of that living in Music City. You just won't have that opportunity anywhere else in the country. And you also have the marathon, of course, which is at the end of the month. And the marathon brings in a huge amount of direct visitor spending for us. They have on average 30,000 to 35,000 runners, and at least half of those are from out of town.
New name for it this year, St. Jude Rock and Roll Marathon.
That's right. And of course it's different. It's different because, again, they incorporate music through the whole course. And then we have our film festival, which is growing by leaps and bounds, and also brings in a lot of film enthusiasts here for the city. While they're here, they're also enjoying our cultural offerings and restaurants and such. So quite a bit going on.
All right, we're not Washington, D.C., but we have a Cherry Blossom Festival.
We do. That's there too as well. There's so much going on, it's hard to keep straight of it all.
And Fashion Week. Gosh, now I feel like we're New York.
That's
we're
right.
So hip and happening.
And I do think our fashion is, you know, Nashville's known for its creative culture. And you see that creativity, of course, in the music, and you see it emerging in food, but you're seeing it emerging even more so in fashion. And it really is becoming noticed in the fashion world as people come here and they're able to create and be more entrepreneurial. And you're seeing a lot more of that. The city getting a lot more recognition for that.
All right, even beyond April, things just really get rolling. Tons to do in the city. I'm thinking ahead to June, and of course, one of our signature events, CMA Fest.
Of course.
Huge, huge.
It is our Super Bowl.
Yeah, it is. Oh, we got to talk about Super Bowl too. Let's go back to that. But let's talk about But let's talk about the CMA Fest. That's June 9th through the 12th.
Right. And that is wonderful. You know, one of the great things they've done with CMA, so many wonderful elements, but the fact that during the day all the music's free, and there's so many stages downtown, and then they've made the Fan Fest at Music City Center so affordable. The nighttime events are fantastic, and they're wonderful to enjoy, but there's so much that any price point you're willing to spend, you're going to be able to enjoy great music during Fan Fest.
And really a chance to get kind of up and close to some of the stars in a more personal way than going to just a concert.
Absolutely. And it's the only genre of music that has a festival like that, and of course the artists all perform for free as a way to get close to their fans too. And that's kind of what makes country music very different as a genre as well, is that connection with the fans.
Okay, I saw this on the full screen. Food and Wine Fest. Oh boy.
Absolutely.
That's huge.
That is huge, and that's one of our newer events. It's 3 or 4 years old, and that's brought in by is hosted by the Kings of Leon, and they are just natural foodies as well. Nashville's their their home, and they bring in a lot of celebrity chefs, and we have a lot of local chefs as well. And for the food enthusiast, it is a not-to-miss event. It is fabulous.
Loosen the belt buckle, huh? And just get ready, right?
Right.
It's going to happen.
Exactly right.
You'll be happy you did it.
That's right.
What else this summer should we plan for?
Oh, just like I said, every month there's something. I would not miss July 4th.
Yeah, that's
that is
good.
Absolutely.
How many people are you
certain.
expected on the waterfront?
A lot of it just depends, but definitely somewhere between 150 to 200, I would say.
So even bigger than New Year's Eve?
Yes, typically.
Wow.
It does, just because the panoramic view of the fireworks, it's one of the largest fireworks displays in the country, and people, it's a great time of year. People already have off, and they're looking to go to a fun destination that they can extend their stay and enjoy the fireworks and celebrate their country, but also have other things to do. In our hospitality industry, they're very smart to always have other things going on and activate their attractions and such. There's so much for people to do. So that's just a signature one I would absolutely not miss.
Cross our fingers that the weather is picture perfect, right?
That's right.
Chamber of Commerce weather, that's what we need.
Well, you know what's great about July 4th too is we have shot those fireworks in I think just about every weather that's out there, and it does not dampen the spirit at all. You know, and the music makes such a big difference, and the performers who come are in the spirit of it, and they perform in any kind of weather, and it's a chance for them to get up and close to the fans as well, and it's just such a great event to enjoy that any weather it'll be great. I'm
going to hop around. I know we just did July 4th. I'm going to hop back to Memorial Day though.
Yes.
You talked about the barbecue fest. Is that like going to be a barbecue cooking competition? What is
Yes,
it?
it is a barbecue cooking competition. It's a new event for our city, and it will be in Nissan Stadium, and they have lots of plans to grow it, and it should be a great new event for everybody to enjoy.
Love that. Get some good food there. Man, I'm making myself hungry on this show. I hope you're having a good dinner at home watching this.
Food and music.
Food and music. Can't go wrong in Nashville with all that. And when we're talking about the hospitality industry, and this kind of goes back to the job fair as well, it is not just restaurant servers and the front desk person at the hotel at all, or housekeeping or whatever. We need to really expand our thinking here.
Absolutely. There's so much diversity in the types of jobs that are offered in hospitality. Everything from event planning, convention decorating, catering, we have event production, and even within our front door, which I consider our hotels and restaurants, there's so many other jobs than just the front of house jobs that you don't think about in a hotel alone. Dan can speak to that. You've got finance, HR, legal. You may want to speak to some of that in your hotel.
Human resources, the sales department. So whether you're looking at an entry-level job in finance, an entry-level job in human resources, those are available just as much in our industry as they are in healthcare and music and some of the other great industries we have here in our city. And we're partnering with a lot of great universities in the region to create an awareness about all those opportunities for the youngsters coming up as well.
Yeah, tell me about that. We were talking in the commercial break just a little bit about building that workforce, and if somebody has a student at home thinking, oh, this would be a really good fit. What are those programs out there?
The Metro School District has a great program. It's called Academies of Nashville, and there is a hospitality academy. It's right now at 5 different high schools around the city, and those students get an opportunity as a freshman to decide what academy they may want to focus in, and if they focus in hospitality, they partner with hotels and restaurants, Music City Center, and attractions to spend time each month at those facilities, learning about the industry, seeing if it's something that will be a career choice for them after they graduate. And they get some great exposure to a lot of people who have spent years in our industry, as well as to the folks in our new industry, in our front desk, the servers, and the people that work out front with our customers. So they get a really good flavor as to what the industry has to offer. And then the nice thing about our industry is many of those folks, they can either choose to enter that industry right away after high school, or if they go on and seek a 4-year degree or even a 2-year degree, they can work their way through school in our industry.
That's a great
point. And then
point.
come on back here to Music City if they go to school outside the region and apply what they learned in school.
And you said earlier, and I think it's so true, this is the type of industry that really looks to promote from within, because if you know the job, then you can make that leap, and then if you know that job, you can make that leap.
Right.
Absolutely. there's so many people that started out in an hourly position, like I said, working their way through school, or whether it be high school or college, that have gone on to have great careers. And then they get bit with that hospitality bug, and they tell their friends and family, and then that's how that pipeline starts. We just need to expand that awareness of letting them know what all those opportunities are. But the people that have been bit with that bug and love Music City, they're our biggest advocates, and those are the ones that have helped create the demand that there is today.
And I imagine working in a city like this, in the hospitality industry, you have some pretty cool experiences at your job on a day-to-day basis, whether it's the people that you meet from around the world, or the stars that are coming into town to perform, to setting up venues and event planning, like you were saying, Andrea. What a cool job. What stories to tell.
Absolutely. It is just a phenomenal job. You get, no matter what position you take, you're going to meet people literally from all over the world who come here.
Yeah.
And if you, like Dan said appropriately, if you're bit with the bug and you love this city, there's nothing more fun than seeing a visitor have a great time, enjoy something you love, like your city.
And being able to share that with them and saying, well, why don't you go try this and check out this, for sure.
Absolutely. Matter of fact, we have a program within the industry called the Music City Hitmakers, where we solicit nominations monthly from visitors of just people in the industry who we feel like have gone, above and beyond. And some of the stories we get are just phenomenal of what our employees do every day just to take that extra step to make sure that a visitor experience is great. And you can tell that's from a deep love of the city, of wanting to let everybody here have a great experience.
What's on the horizon? What is the Convention and Visitors Corporation working on now? What are you guys looking towards?
Oh,
I'm sure it's a long list.
That's right. Well, we have, like Dan had alluded to earlier, we have quite a few more hotels opening, and the pipeline's filling. So we're a healthy market for conventions. So we have quite a few big conventions coming soon. We have a big one coming in about a year and a half, PCMA, which is a convention for convention planners, if you will.
Okay.
So it's a chance for us to fill the pipeline several years down the road. And there's several other big ones in the hopper that will, again, broaden the economic impact. So quite a bit there. And then in terms of events, we've got enough to fill our plate. So the leisure visitor and the convention visitor, we've got a healthy pipeline of both of those coming in right now.
How many visitors do we get a year?
We get about 13.5 million.
Wow.
Yeah, a year. And while they're here, they spend quite a bit of money. They spend $5.4 billion.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of taxes being collected on that money that goes directly back into schools, police, and all the city services that we need as well. And I do think next year, in particular, the first half of next year, 17, we have several of our music icons having anniversaries. The Ryman, the CMA, several ones. So I think that we're going to have quite a few of our musical icons out there having special celebrations for their milestone anniversaries. So that'll be a great time
to draw a lot of people in.
Draw a lot of leisure visitors in.
When you look at these events, is it more about the out-of-town visitor, or is it about the hometown tourist?
Well, I think the hometown tourists definitely benefit from it. For us, of course, we're looking for the out-of-town visitor because we want to have visitors come in, spend money to generate economic impact. But we have quite a few locals who like to come and enjoy the city like a tourist. We have quite a few people moving here that want to experience Nashville that they haven't grown up here to know. So it plays to both.
And when we're talking about events coming up, we just have, run the gamut. Give the website again for you guys so people can check it out on their time when they say, okay, I need something to do this weekend. What website should they start with?
They should start with visitmusiccity.com. And it's very user-friendly. It's broken down into, you know, where do I want to see, where do I want to go eat, where do I want to stay. And it has all the latest information on there from our members, any specials that they have going on, special promotions, things of that nature. So I would definitely try there first to get a good all-around sense of what's going on in the city. And then, of course, as you find that interest that you're in, go straight to those attraction websites.
I said I was going to jump back to this. Our one and only caller tonight so far asked about the Super Bowl, and it's a conversation that I know so many people are having. We've had it up here on the set during a commercial break not too long ago. When are we going to get a Super Bowl?
Yeah.
When are we going to get a Super Bowl?
You know, I think that's a great question. I think several years ago the industry challenged itself, and we were at a great crossroads just to say, you know, what can Nashville do? And that, of course, with many other events were on the list. One of the things on the list was an NHL All-Star game, and we just hosted that. So I think when it comes to what can we do, it's just a matter of putting our heads together and making it happen. I do think that Greg said it earlier. I think there's some infrastructure needs that would have to be thought through. But if that's a priority for the city, it's something that we shouldn't certainly hold ourselves back from looking at. It just has to be a matter of what makes most sense for the city. But I think our city has proven that we can do large events. I think the fact that we have a football stadium close to downtown, and it's easy to get to, an easy drive from the airport, and it's very close to a lot of green spaces and open parks. There's a lot of things about our city from an infrastructure standpoint that make us very attractive for large events.
So just stay tuned on that one.
Absolutely.
Someday it's going to happen. Very good. All right, let's get back to this job fair because it is tomorrow. Where is it happening and when? Let's get the specifics first.
Yeah, we're going to be at Music City Center, Davidson Ballroom, starting at 11 a.m.
11 a.m.
I mentioned earlier, over 65 employers ready to welcome prospective employees with open arms.
And don't limit yourself just thinking this. I mean, if you want to be a server, if you want to be, if you're looking for a housekeeping job, fantastic. Those openings are there, but so are management positions.
Do not limit yourself. Even if you just have an inkling of interest in hospitality and tourism and representing your city, come out and see us tomorrow, and we will find a match for you. And hopefully that'll lead to some employment very soon so we can take care of all these 13 million plus visitors coming into town.
Bring a resume if you have one. That's always a bonus. Dress for success. That's always a great tip. Anything else?
Be yourself. We're going to ask you questions about why do you want to join our industry, what do you love about Nashville, and speak from the heart, and that'll open up a lot of doors for individuals.
You can talk to several different companies, one after another, to see really where you fit too, not just where you can get a job, but where you fit.
That's right. We'll have more than around 65 companies represented there, and also we'll have a booth that where you can go online and look at the other jobs that are there as well, where there'll be literally hundreds of other jobs that you can search. It's set up for on-site interviewing, and like Dan said, I think you come with your resume, and I think the one common denominator in our industry, to me, is it's a willingness to serve. If you've got a good smile on your face and you know in your heart whether you are serving a table, whether you are decorating for an event, whether you are wanting to be a tour guide or be in transportation, if you want to make someone have a great experience, you're going to do well in this industry. And I think those of us who interview see that right off the bat.
And I think you all said about 1,000 jobs are open right now. Is that what I heard earlier?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Wow, that's a lot, just in our area.
It just speaks to the booming, industry that we have created here, and the branding of the city over the last couple decades. But our best days are ahead of us.
For sure.
These individuals are joining in our industry at an absolutely fantastic time. We talked about the new hotel supply coming in, the new restaurants opening up, hopefully expanded air service at the airport, and to join that and be part of something that's building, I think everybody can be very proud to join our industry.
Teresa's on the line right now with a question. Teresa, what is your question for us tonight? Thanks for being part of the show.
Thank you, Carrie, for doing a good job with Channel 5.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
My question is, 20 years ago we used to have the OpenLine theme park.
Yes, ma'am. Just turn that TV down and talk into your phone. That way we can hear you a little bit better.
Okay. Well, can you hold on a minute?
We can hold on a quick minute, sure. That's a tricky part of taking live telephone phone calls. Everybody wants to listen to their TV, but you got to turn that TV down and then just listen to your phone. All right, Miss Teresa, are you there? That TV must be a while away.
That's right.
I wonder where she's going. The opera.
I'm sorry about
Go ahead.
that.
That's okay, Miss Teresa. What's your question, real quick?
Okay. My question is Nashville ever going to build a theme park?
Good question. Okay. Any
20
on the
years
horizon?
ago, Opryland theme park, but I think it would be awesome if Nashville could build another theme park.
All right, let's see if Andrea knows anything. Teresa, thank you for your call. What's the word?
Absolutely. Thank you, Teresa. Yes, Opryland is one of those attractions that's so near and dear to so many, to the hearts of so many of people who grew up here, because so many people work there. There's nothing on the horizon right yet, but again, I think with the amount of visitors that are coming here, the sky's the limit. We are ripe for family attraction, for destination type of events and attractions. So I would not be surprised. That's definitely a void that we could fill.
I don't want to go negative, but what are the biggest hurdles in your job when it comes to bringing visitors into town? What are you finding? What do you have to overcome?
Honestly, right now, not many hurdles at all. They're coming in droves. The branding that we've done, I think that there's not a publication around the world that you haven't been able to pick up in the last 2 years and not seen something great about Nashville.
Yeah.
And it just keeps pouring in. For the 4th year in the row, we have been on a top list, listing Nashville as a top destination internationally.
That's fantastic.
To come, and we just had CVent come out, which is our industry's magazine that lists top convention hotels, and 4 of our hotels in Nashville are on the top list for the top 100 convention hotels in the country.
I can only
we just
imagine
have a great product.
the cheering that goes on when every list comes out at the Convention and Visitors Corporation saying, yes, we made another one.
You know, we never take it for granted. We never assume it, and we definitely enjoy it when it comes in. That's for sure.
All right, we're going to take a quick break, get that pen and paper ready. We're going to give you the job fair information one more time when we come back, so stay where you are.